pair of 4-2 wins in comeback fashion at Bowling Green this past weekend to clinch home ice, at least for now, for the Wildcats. So with both of those wins coming in comeback fashion against a tough, no shortage of tough competition in that kind of environment, obviously senior weekend, everybody was fired up down there. We talked a little bit about it after the game, but your mantra for the guys the whole time they were down was just keep it within one. How, under those circumstances, were the guys able to stay composed and kind of dig in and never let it really get away from them, even when they were down?
Yeah, both nights, great crowds. It was kind of a back and forth game. They scored first both nights, but it just had the feeling of one of those games where we weren't giving up a lot of opportunities, and we seemed to be getting more than we're giving up. And on Friday, the puck we just couldn't get it to go. We'd miss the net or miss an open chance. Or Saturday was a much tighter game both ways, and I thought it was really important that we kept it within striking distance going into the third period. Because it gives you a chance. And penalty kill's fantastic. We got to get the power play going again, but we've kind of turned into kind of a tough team. We're kind of staying out of the garbage after the whistle, playing on the edge, not over it. Discipline's been pretty good. We've just, stayed with the process. We're trying to turn into a process-based team that these are the things we need to do to have success. And sometimes the success doesn't happen until the third period.
So with that being said, after the second game, you'd said that it felt like the guys now were playing their best hockey. Obviously, no better time for that than at the end of the year going into the playoffs. So how have they been able to bought into that mindset, that becoming process-based, and put it all together here at the end of the season?
Well, part of it you have to get rewarded. I thought the Ferris State weekend was important for us to finally unleash a little bit of offense, because then there's some validation to what you're trying to do. And we didn't do that by allowing a bunch of chances for them either. We just happened to score on our chances. So, I think we've been getting better every weekend, and we didn't get the results early that we wanted, but we're getting them now.
So this past weekend, 6 of the Cats' 8 goals came from seniors who had either a C or an A on their chest. How have your veterans and your senior leadership been setting the tone for this team as they prepare to go on a run?
Well, number one, you're going to go as far as your seniors take you. And as the calendar turns, we need a bunch of guys to be Mr. March. And it's how it is. Like, you got to play your best hockey at the end of the year, and the guys who have been through it, they know what to expect. And now's the time that, senses are heightened for everybody. So, staying focused is going to be important.
That said, the task at hand, the Bemidji State Beavers coming into town for the quarterfinals of the Mason Cup playoffs. Coach, your thoughts on this potentially best-of-3 matchup?
Very good speed by their forwards. They hardly take very few penalties. They're a good team defensively, and they have 3 defensemen on their team that play major minutes. Those 3 guys play more than any of our top plays in minutes per game. 26, 25, and 21, and that's a lot of minutes for Rosen, Zmolik, and Loof. And we have to make them defend, and because it's hard to play that many minutes when they're hard minutes. Playing offense is easy. So that's going to be important, and they do a nice job off the rush. They're a 3-lane team, and you got to be careful you don't get caught watching them. They score on their power play. Penalty kill's always been good, so it's going to be a great series.
I guess I'll follow that one up by just with one, touched on the special teams a little bit there. Your guys' power play, the kill on the other side of it has been, at least from what I've seen, pretty lights out. 5 for 5 in the second game of that series. I'd have to imagine that can almost be a backbone for you guys, something to rely on. Obviously, you don't want to be in that position too often, but what does that security do for you guys?
Well, I mean, obviously, those are really important points in the game, and part of it's your goalie's got to be your best penalty killer. But the other part of it is penalty killing is when you boil it down to it, it's kind of heart and guts. You know, you got to work and you got to be willing to eat a puck, and you know, there's times that you're going to get blasted because you got to move it 3 feet so that the next guy can clear it. You know, and that's kind of, you know, when teams are good at really good penalty killing teams are usually pretty tough teams. And like I said, I think we've turned into a pretty tough team.
Yeah, you guys blocked 15 in game 2. That's
Yeah,
guts, man.
yeah.
Who does it the best? Who's the guy that's gonna just throw the body on the line for those?
Well, we made a joke in the office the other day that if you wear number 10 for us, then, because Ben Newhouse led the country 2 years in a row in block shots, and now Aiden Gallagher leads the country in block shots, that you're not allowed to wear number 10 unless you're a shot blocker. So,
That's pretty good.
you know, all the D though, like Vesio, Boucher, Galley, Van Hoonen, you know, kind of heart and soul guys.